Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make turmeric powder at home. To make turmeric powder, I have taken 500 grams of raw turmeric. So you may notice that there are two kinds of turmeric on the plate. One has thick skin and the other one has thin skin. I bought these two at two different times. So let's get started. First thing what we're going to do is we have to wash them all. So to wash that I have taken a bowl of water and I put all of the turmeric into it and I scrub them thoroughly and then after that drain the excess water. I prefer to add the skin to the turmeric powder, but if you don't like, you can skip it. It's totally up to you. But if you want to peel off the skin, it's better to peel it off before washing the turmeric, because I tried to peel off the skin after washing and it was sort of hard. Next we are going to cook turmeric. For that I have taken a steamer in which I used to make string hoppers or idli or whatever it is. So this steamer I have added only water below, and then I'm arranging the turmeric above it and I'm going to cook it for about 1 hour in the steamer. Now the turmeric has cooked to perfection. You can check it by inserting a fork or toothpick. Then you have to let the turmeric cool to room temperature. I prefer to cut them all into thin slices because thick slices may take longer to dry. Yes, I know that this process is going to make all your vessels stain in yellow. But if you wash all your vessels soon as you finish this process, it's going to be easy to get rid of the stain. It's totally up to your wish to decide to scrape off the skin or to use it with the skin. It's totally up to you. Now I'm going to dry the turmeric slices in a huge tray like this. You can use the trays at home, it's totally fine. But make sure that these slices are not on top of one another. Those slices should be evenly spread. Now we are going to let this dry in the sun. So for that we have to keep it outside in direct sunlight, but before that we have to cover it. I covered it using a cloth to prevent particles and dust falling on top of the slices. Now the number of days that you dry this really depends upon the climate of the place where you live. I had to dry about 3 days. If you are living in a place with more rainfall, then you will have to dry it for longer. If you are living in a place where there is less sunlight or drying the turmeric slices under the sun is impossible for you, then you can choose to do that using an oven, which is also an effective way to dry the slices. If so, then bake the slices at 170 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes. I had to dry this about 3 days. This is day 2. And this is day 3. When the slices are crispy like this, it's perfectly dried. This is the very little I got from 500 grams of raw turmeric. Now I'm going to grind the pieces using a mixer grinder. You can also use a processor to get the powder. Now just a brief comparison between the homemade turmeric powder and the store-bought one. The homemade one is dark, maybe because I added the skin, but if you compare the fragrance and the quality, I'm 100% choosing this homemade powder. So how I'm going to store the homemade turmeric powder? Yes, always choose a glass jar. Don't use plastic. So I have taken here a clean glass jar and make sure there's no water in the glass jar. It should be well dried. So in this way you can store the homemade powder for nearly 2 years with the same fragrance and flavor. It will not get spoiled. You can use this powder for your face packs, for turmeric latte and for your everyday cooking. So I think this video was useful for many of you. Do try to make your spices at home and you won't regret it. Like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you in my next video. Stay safe and stay healthy.